Hello, AGDQ 2024. It's Keizaron here, and I'm joined by quite possibly one of my favorite duos in a very long time. We have JSR and Peanut Butter. JSR, how you doing, my friend?
I'm really happy to be here. I'm excited for AGDQ. It's my first run at a mainline event in 6 years. So lots changed since the last time I was on the big stage. I'm really excited to be here. And speaking of duos, my buddy here is making his AGDQ debut. And although he's tired at the moment, he's very excited as well. We've been practicing very hard, so we're really just stoked. We can't wait.
Now, I never get to ask an origin story for an animal before. Usually when I interview people, it's like, what got you into speedrunning? And, you know, I'm sure everyone at home would love to know what got you into speedrunning, but also we got to know about Peanut Butter. Like, what started all of this?
So I got PB during the pandemic. It's a long story, but he was just smart at everything. He's just good at everything. And I had a long-term project, which I was speedrunning a game from every from every episode of the Angry Video Game Nerd. It's a long story, but in that, what I called the AVGN Trials, there was a game that I had to speedrun from the Rob the Robot episode called Gyromite. And so I did that for me, you know, as part of my project. And while I was learning it, I remember thinking PB could totally, because I used to have a Rob. And I had the control things and all that. And I was like, what if I trained him to press those buttons? He could totally do it. And so it was just an idea I had in my head. It wasn't anything I was like taking serious. And then I mentioned it to one of my buddies, who's a good friend of mine, Mea Culpa. He was like, we can make a controller and train him. And it was just kind of something we did on a whim a few months later. But we started training back, I want to say it must have been last summer, or well, now it's 2 summers ago, 2022. We started training, and after about 9 months of working with him every single day, it went from him pressing the button to he can now hold it down for like 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Wow.
He waits for me to release it. He can play for, you know, upwards of an hour sometimes if he's in a good mood. And I think that's like the real talent here. It's like any dog can press the button, but his attention and his ability to stay focused, even if I have to cheat a little bit with some treats, you know, but he's able to do it, and he just kicks butt. We're trying all kinds of different games out now. We're just really, I'm stoked that he's good at it, and I'm also, you know, get to be a little part of this. Because it's for a good cause.
Right. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pivot questions here for a little bit because you just brought up working on other potential games. Could you give us maybe a quick little peek at one? Like, what kind of games are PB working on?
So, the idea to do other games came up, beg your pardon, not long after he completed his first Gyromite run. So we use an emulator because his controller's custom. We have to map it a specific way. But in BizHawk, which is the emulator we use, you can map the zapper to be a button press. So we tried Wild Gunman. And I have video of him killing somebody in Wild Gunman with 0.00 reaction time. I can't even do that.
That's incredible.
He also can knock out Glass Joe in Punch Out. And right now our current project is Major League Baseball. Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball on the SNES. We use autofilling, because he's a diva. He doesn't need to go chasing balls. He does that enough at the park. But he's trying to win a game, and we've been to extra innings twice. So he's super close to being the first dog to win a game of baseball. And we're looking at a couple other projects like that, like maybe even some 2P1C stuff.
That's incredible. Let's pivot to you real quick, because I mean, obviously, Peanut Butter's a good boy and deserves all the love and attention. But Peanut Butter wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. And you are running Castlevania 3: Dracula's Curse. I've also noticed, before we talk about Castlevania, looking at your speedrun.com profile, you have 5 billion NES games. So what made you gravitate towards the 2-button controller console?
It's funny you mentioned that. Like, folks are always surprised when they ask me what my favorite console is, and I'm like, it's the Super Nintendo. But I grew up with the NES, and it was just one of those things that I had just so much experience in some of these games. My first speed game was The Legend of Zelda. I ran that at AGDQ 2018, actually. And I just picked it up. I knew the game like the back of my hand, and I was just good at it, I guess. I really don't even know how it all happened. It kind of just happened by accident. It was like, it's a long story, but because eventually I got into the AVGN trials, which is a lot of that stuff you see on my profile. A lot of that's from that project. But I kind of have like my own, like, I guess a bucket list thing where I want to speedrun every game I ever had as a kid. You know, like, I just think it'd be cool to go back to those games like Castlevania 3. I owned Castlevania 3 as a kid. I couldn't beat it. I mean, I had a Game Genie and the book didn't even have codes in it. Like, I didn't know what to do. I was just, I was a kid. And coming back to it now, as an adult, it's like, this isn't nearly as hard as I remember. I can beat this now. And something about speedrunning to me has always been kind of just mastering these games and challenging yourself to overcome the different obstacles that each game gives you. Because to me, that's what speedrunning really is. Like, it's not as much a competition against the rest of the community. To me, it's not about the leaderboard. It's about beating me and persevering through that barrier, if you will. I want to beat my best time because that's the only one that really truly matters to me, and that's what kind of makes you a better person in a lot of ways, I think.
All right, so I need whoever is watching this interview to clip exactly what was just said. That way I can steal that for the first step, because that is exactly what we stand for, and that is, I could not have worded it better. Before we let everyone go, I do actually want to ask Peanut Butter a couple of questions, if he's okay with that.
Peanut Butter, are you okay with having a few questions? Come on. Come here. Come here.
Okay. This is my little admission of behind the scenes stuff for people at home, because I know people love knowing how the intricacies of GDQ go. Obviously, we talked about some questions before the interview. This part, not planned at all, other than maybe making a joke or two. But these reactions are, I love Shiba's so much.
He's a good boy, aren't you? Are you a good boy? Can you say hi to everybody watching at GDQ? Oh, what a good boy.
Oh, what a good wave.
Why, that was a good wave. High five. Good boy. All right, Peanut Butter, I want you to tell everybody at home that you know you're the good boy. Can you do that? Can you say you're the good boy? Who's the good boy? Who's the good boy? Can you speak? What? Oh, that was a good yawn. Peanut Butter.
So close.
Can you speak? Who's the good boy? You're the good boy? Yes, you are. Here you go, buddy. All right, I think we got him ready for some questions.
Oh, okay. I just have one question then, because that was perfect. That was enough for me. I mean, I could do this for another 3 hours, but we have a marathon that we got to worry about. All right, Peanut Butter, I got to know, are you fed enough?
Are you fed enough? Are you fed enough? Who's fed enough? Are you fed enough? What's that? Are you fed enough? Who's fed? Do you want some treats? Who wants more treats? Oh, what? You a good boy? You're the good boy? Who's fed enough? You're fed enough? Do I need to give you more treats? Oh, I need to give you more treats. Is that what it is? Who needs more treats? You? You do? Come on, tell me. Who's needs more treats? You do?
All right, that's enough for me. We got to get rolling. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And thank you so much, JSR and Peanut Butter, for agreeing to talk to me. I got to say, without a shadow of a doubt, this has been one of my favorite interviews of all time. Probably cheating a little bit because we have the cute boyo over here and Peanut Butter. But
no, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm really excited for GDQ. I actually wanted to. Man, you're shedding bad. What the heck? We need to give you a bath before your big day, don't we? Yes, we do. No, the cause means a lot to me. I actually just recently lost a friend to cancer, and so one of my very first followers on Twitch. He was one of my very first mods, and he's been there for everything I've ever accomplished. So this AGDQ, both of mine and Peanut Butter's runs, we're dedicating in the honor of my friend Johnny Wumpy, who passed away right after Thanksgiving. So we're doing it for Johnny. So let's work together and raise a lot of money for this great cause.
Hearts in chat for Johnny, everyone. We will see you all on the other side.
Thanks. Bye. Say bye. Oh boy.